Hey, I'm Chris Green and I play cricket for the Sydney Thunder as well as a number of teams all around the world, but I've more importantly played a lot of backyard cricket in my time. Here are the rules that I used to have. Now my backyard was highly competitive. It was set up, we had a concrete square which we put some AstroTurf over. You didn't get a lot of reward for hitting through the offside. Dad wasn't too pleased about that as he was trying to coach us proper technique down the nets. We utilised the pull to dunk the ball in for bowlers just to make it skid off the surface a little bit and make it tricky for the batters, but you could only dunk it in once every 3 overs, so if you get through that early skid you can settle in for some runs. Christmas Day was always a big fixture. It often meant a new bat in hand for either my brother and I. We had brand new tennis balls because tennis was a big thing in our family, and then it was just a great way to work off overeating the turkey from the night before. So the vibes were high, the energy was high, and we played for hours. The first rule I want to talk about is one hand, one bounce. Now this is quite a contentious rule around all backyards. For me and my family, it was always out. One hand, one bounce, you're out. The reason it was always out for us, it was often backyard cricket 1v1, my brother and I, and we had to place strategic fielders around. So we had a chair, we had a tree. If you hit it into the ground, hit that chair, unlucky. Electric fielder, one hand, one bounce for them as well. So it's always out. I want to talk about carrying your bat through the entire innings. Now in my family, this was one that was just frowned upon a little bit, particularly with my brother. If he didn't feel like he could get me out in the first 5 or 6 overs, he'd often crack it, walk inside and just say I'm not playing anymore. So what I had to do to keep him out there is just introduce a few little rules here or there. Sometimes we would tip and run, so you had to run a 2 no matter what. So that would give him more chance of getting me out and stop me from carrying the bat. But I always try to just break his spirit. Second rule I'm going to talk about, another big one, can't get out first ball. It was definitely in play for us at home. Can't get out first ball, so it gave a bit of room for creativity and trying to get some quick runs on that first ball. However, if the ball went over the fence, you were out, and not only were you out, you had to go get it, bring it back, and then it was your turn to bowl. The drinks break. This is a big one. On Christmas Day, the lure of the food, the lure of the lovely drinks always wants you to get away, but the problem is the retention of players coming back. Once you get up there, you want to sit down, rest. So the rule in our family, what we had to do is if someone called for a drinks break, you had to promise, and this was a pinky promise, that you were coming back to play straight away. Righto boys, back out there. The third and final rule I'm here to talk about is 6 and out. Huge, huge rule. Now, in my family, if you hit the ball straight back past the bowler over the fence, you got your 6, but it was also out, and you had to go and get it. And then you come back and bowl. However, we did have a neighbour on one side that was a little bit particular about us jumping over the fence. He had a few bird cages scattered around his backyard, so often he didn't like us there. So it was a quick jump, try and not get noticed, come back over, your turn to bowl. I'm going to talk to you about my most memorable backyard cricket innings. Let me set the scene for you. It's Christmas Day 2005. It's cracking flags outside. My brother Cameron, he dominated the morning opening presents. He's bragging about it. He's got all the best presents. But what he didn't know is that I'd secretly asked Dad the night before if he can prep me with a few throwdowns down the bottom before the big game starts. Cam opening spell, couple of good balls outside off, but then I just settled in straight away. Then he starts changing into spin. We get 6 runs if you hit the house on the full. And I was feeling so confident. I thought, right, Chris, today's the day. We can hit it over the house for 6, make Cam go and get it, and come back and continue bowling. It was into his 4th over of spin. He was getting tired. I sensed my moment. Low full toss. You can't bowl there, mate. Big shot. It was up in the air. It cleared the roof. Bang, 6. He had to go all the way around the other side of the house, collect the ball, come back. I even made a 50. So it was a great day. We jumped in the pool after. I can't even remember if I gave him a bat in return. It was just me batting until he got sick of it, and we got straight back into the leftovers. No matter how competitive the game was in the backyard, we'd always have fun after, have a drink and celebrate each other's success and failures down in the backyard.